That is how that is supposed to start. Not sure how well it'll pick up on camera, but you can hear that diesel clatter as well at idle and also all the way through the rev range. It does sound probably a bit knockier than it could, but I have the pump advanced slightly because of the vegetable oil situation. Going to give you a bit of a history on what's been going on with this injection pump. So the whole time I've had this car, it has been a pig to start when it's been cold, and I mostly put it down to running on vegetable oil of pretty high percentages. In the summertime it wasn't too bad. In the winter, some mornings it might not start at all. Blamed it mostly on vegetable oil. But while I was messing around with that turbo and trying to get the injection timing right and the boost pressure and stuff right, I basically figured out what was wrong the whole time. And there is a timing advance piston inside the pump, which is supposed to move dynamically with the pump internal pressure to advance and retard the injection timing. Also, whenever the revs came up on the engine and you were driving, it would sort of die off like you were running out of boost, and it would start to smoke, but you had boost and you had fuel, but it was injecting it too late in the cycle, on the combustion cycle, and that was because the dynamic timing was stuck on the pump. Can't really see anything from here, but in there is the injection pump. When you take the intercooler off and the batteries out, you can see it far better. Here's one I prepared earlier. This is the exact same pump, but it's set up for a 6-cylinder, so there's 6 outlets on the back, but my pump is exactly the same as this, only with 4 here. And the problem I was having with mine was that the piston inside here, which is connected to the cam gear, the piston inside here is connected to the cam ring actually, and that is what adjusts your injection timing inside the pump, and it was stuck. So the other thing that I always thought was weird on this pump, and if you actually watch the video I did of rebuilding the engine, you'll be able to see this. There's a mounting flange on the front here, and there's a line here and a line on the flange, and my pump always sat away down here, heavily retarded on the injection timing, which I always thought was a bit weird. And if you brought it right up or anywhere near level, it used to knock really bad, which I couldn't understand either, so I just put it back the way it was. But it turns out that this pump in here was, or this piston here was stuck, so the whole pump, the injection timing on it was static, so it didn't dynamically change with the revs. And one of the things that this piston does whenever the engine is cold, it increases, whenever the engine's cold, this piston advances the injection timing to help the engine start. But mine, because this was stuck and this pump was always backed away off, it never got that advance on the cold start, so it was always really hard to start. Added then running on vegetable oil didn't help. The same thing with this being stuck. Whenever the revs increased inside the pump, this piston did not move to advance the timing as well, because as the revs increased, the injection timing needed to be advanced to keep up with the revs, and so that was stuck. So basically whenever you were accelerating the pump, your injection timing was fading away instead of being increased, which just gives you less power and more smoke. So I did manage to fix this with it on the car, because taking it off the car would have been a nightmare again. So that sits in the engine bay like this. Well, it's obviously level, and you can just about get to these bolts, and the piston in there, I was able to move it back and forth and get it freed up. There's a piston there, and there is the cam ring, the roller ring, not sure what it's called. Basically that sits in the bottom of the pump like that. Not sure what way around that sits, but it's either that way or that way. But say it sits like that, and then this piston at the bottom sits like that, and whenever pressure comes on, it moves this back and forth inside the pump, and that changes the injection timing. Pretty cool. But obviously with that stuck, then this just stayed stuck inside the pump. It's good that that wasn't stuck inside the pump as well, because it would never have freed up. Whatever pump that was in, it's seen better days. That was pretty rusty. So I guess the same could be said for anything with one of these types of pumps. You know, this is, I think, set up for a 6-cylinder BMW engine, but anything with a Bosch VE pump on it, it's gonna have the same problems. And because that piston lies right at the very bottom of the pump, any water or dirt that is in the fuel or running inside the pump all settles to the bottom here. So leaving them sitting up, like this could be working good, and then you leave your car sitting up for a couple of years and come back to it and this piston's stuck and it's just not injecting right. Also, the other big problem with these pumps is this seal here. This is on the shaft, and basically it seals the body of the pump from the crankcase or outside air, and if that leaks, then air can get in past the seal, pump can lose its prime, it can't suck right, it's really hard to start in the morning, stuff like that. You can see that piston on the so this is the inside of the pump when it's mounted on a 4M40. You can see the piston sitting there. Oh, you see that it moves? I mean, I did live with it for years with it like that, and apart from it not starting on really cold mornings, it was okay. If you didn't know any different, it would be fine, but having it fixed it now, it has made a massive difference. I was also able to bring the pump, so once I got that fixed and the piston was working fine, I was able to rotate that pump right round towards the engine, way up to where it was supposed to be. You know, the two marks were level, and then maybe a millimeter past to give the pump actual advance for the whole running range when it's on vegetable oil, because the vegetable oil burns slower, so it's better to advance the pump slightly. But now it's statically advanced correctly, and also it dynamically advances when it needs to. That's pretty much 100% oil, and it is not even fully warmed up yet for the fuel heater to heat the fuel up, and there's basically zero smoke out of that. So it's also cleaned that up as well, because as it has injected that fuel slightly earlier, it's given it longer to burn, and it makes a more complete burn. So we're at like 80 degrees there on the engine coolant temperature. I bet this is just going to fire right up. I do need to modify. I think the main fuel screw needs to be backed off slightly, because I think it's putting in too much fuel when it starts. Right, that was just a quick one, because I thought people might want to know about those pumps in case you've got any problems like that with your Pajero, or in fact anything with the Bosch VE pump. It's a really simple fix, and I would say it probably affects quite a lot of pumps, because they're an old pump, they're going to be on older engines. You know, the fuel systems are probably going to have dirt in them or water in them over the years. And it was a free fix. And it was free to fix it, which I always like, finding stuff out and fixing it for free. Should probably get back to doing that video as well. That'll do for this quick video. Thanks for watching it, and we'll see you on the next video.